Good morning, my name is Bill Barrell. I'm the proprietor of Bill Barrell Ltd, a very successful global philatelic dealership handling postage stamps and the postal history of Great Britain. What I'm going to do today, I'd just like to have a little chat about a very recent purchase of ours, an exceptional collection of the world's first postage stamp, the 1840 penny black, with many nice singles, matched pairs, trios, quartets, quintets, and lots of very interesting items. I would like to introduce my key employee, the lovely Linda, who, to those collectors who have been to stamp shows in the UK and overseas, because we travel extensively throughout the world, you may have met Linda. But for those of you who have not been to the stamp shows and phone the office for orders and queries, this is the lovely lady you've spoken to, Linda.
Good morning, everybody. As your collection is about penny blacks, Bill, can you fill everybody in and myself about penny blacks?
Okay, the penny black, which probably most people have heard of, was the first postage stamp to be issued throughout the whole world. It was issued to the public on May the 6th, 1840. A good to find penny black will sell for £125, but there are many pieces that will sell for much more than that. I've got one such piece here, which is a stunning used block of 12 penny blacks, which has a retail price insurance valuation of approximately 30,000. So there's an enormous price range there. Okay, so that's a bit of introduction on the penny black for you.
You're going to talk about a collection today.
Yeah.
Would you give me a bit more information about what the collection is?
It's a very nice collection of penny blacks. It's one of the best I've seen for many years. It's contained in these two volumes here. I'd just like to point out my mug here, the philatelist, #1 stamp collector. So this was a collection that was very carefully assembled by a very astute collector over the past 40 years, and he was looking for nice examples without imperfections from all the various plates. Let me take you on a journey through the two volumes. We won't spend ages on it, but I'd just like to show you what we've got. So the collector, as I've stated, he does a study on each plate, and he looks at certain letterings as well, and it's very strong in its match pairs, etc. So we're going to start off with plate 1A. This was the very first plate, which generally exists in what we call a grey black shade, because the plate was unhardened. So the plate started to wear quite early. So because the plate started to wear early, the recesses were reduced. So the recesses took less ink. So you get a lighter impression. Okay, very nice vertical pair from plate 1A. Vertical pairs are not that easy to find. Horizontal pairs are seen a lot more frequently. That's plate 1A. We have some plate 1Bs, including a very nice strip of 3 in red, a pair in black. Now this is where the collection gets interesting, where he's produced these matched trios. Okay, matched trios, matched pairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you actually mean by matched pairs?
Hello. Okay, a matched pair, a matched trio. It's kind of like, it's like dating for stamps, if you like. So we start with if we look at here, this is a matched trio. Okay, we have a plate 1A lettered HB, Hotel Bravo, in the lower squares. This collector has matched it with a penny black from plate 1B lettered Hotel Bravo, and then a penny red from plate 1B lettered Hotel Bravo. So if you're a lonely penny black from plate 1A lettered Hotel Bravo, what better than to find a companion from the same plate, also lettered HB, and then a penny red from HB. That's what we call a matched trio. Now, it's very difficult to achieve any sort of matching, and I can remember my father spending years trying in vain to match stamps. Here we have a matched quintet. These are all from plate one. I should say that plate one and plate 1B are essentially the same plate. What happened was plate 1B was unhardened, wore quickly, so they quickly took it from the press, hardened it, made a few changes to it, but it's essentially plate one. It's the same plate. So if we look at this match quintet here, we have a plate 1A with a red Maltese cross, a plate 1A with a black Maltese cross. That's not easy to find. Plate 1B, penny black with a red Maltese cross. Then we've got a plate 1B with a red Maltese cross. And then after plate repair, a plate 1C. And they are all lettered Indigo Delta ID, and they all show a fine constant variety. That's really quite a remarkable matching to achieve. It's fantastic stuff. Yeah, it's a beautiful collection. There's more trios, and it's not just the fact that they're trios or match pairs, but it's the overall quality of the stamps as well. Then we're moving on to plate 2 with some nice multiples, some singles. Match pairs, plate 2 match pairs. Nice page of blues. These are the 1840 Topney blues. They were believed issued on either the 6th of May or the 7th of May 1840, and they were issued to pay the double rate. The print run was 10% of the penny blacks, but they tend to change hands for similar prices. I'm not alone. I think a lot of people consider that the 1840 Topney blues are more attractive than the penny blacks. But you know, it's like the 100 meters relay. We all remember, most of us can remember who wins the gold medal, but you don't normally remember who comes second. So the blues kind of suffer in that respect. But if you're looking for a really nice issue, which I think is still underpriced, if you want something nice to collect, then have a look at the 1840 Topney blue, which was only printed from plates 1 and 2. There aren't that many varieties, although there is a nice re-entry on the stamp lettered Delta Juliet in 2 states, and then there's a constant variety on this lower stamp here. But it's a very, very, very nice, pleasant issue. The collector has, I'm not sure why he focused on certain letterings, but he has. He's now turned his attention to stamps lettered AC. So that's top row,
Third stamp.
third stamp. Yep, third stamp. And we've got plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, plate 4, plate 5, matched, of course, where possible. It's not possible to match all plates with black and red. When Perkins Bacon changed the colour of the stamp from black to red in February 1841, they used 7 plates for the first printing in red. It's plate 1, plate 2, plate 5, plate 8, plate 9, 10 and 11. Plates 3, 4, 6, 7 were not printed in red, so you can't match them. So this plate 3, it's not possible to match.
So why didn't they print all of them in red then?
Well, what would have happened is that by February 1841, these plates would have either have been scrapped, or they were not fit for printing any longer. So yeah, we have plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, plate 4, plate 5, all lettered AC. Plate 6, plate 7, plate 6, plate 7, plate 8, plate 9, plate 10, and plate 11. Now, plate 11 is a very interesting plate. It's by far the rarest of the plates. It was only printed for 2 days, and only a few thousand sheets were printed. It's the plate that everybody thinks they can try and find, and that's where you know, it's worth spending, say, £300 on a Charles Nissen plate, because that will confirm whether your plate 11 maybe is definitely plate 11 and could be worth 750 to 2,750, or whether it's a plate 6 worth £175. Now, unfortunately, these Nissen plates are difficult to find. If anyone's got any for sale, if the photographs are in good condition, I will pay at least, well, I'll pay £225, and I sell them for 300. So if there's anybody out there who has got any Nissen plates, I am buying. I'm buying. I'll buy 10. I'll buy 20 of them, because they're fantastic. So we have the rare plate 11 there. It must have a slight imperfection because it's oh no, it's got very four close margins. These stamps were printed in sheets of 240, and they were left imperforate. So the postal clerk would have taken a pair of scissors and cut them from the sheets. So what you'll find is, let's have a guess. I would suggest probably 30% of the stamps cut from a sheet, maybe 35, don't know really, would have good margins where the postal clerk has separated the stamps without cutting into the design. Because if you have a look actually at a multiple, if we have a look at a multiple here, and we've got a pair from plate 3 here, there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of room for error when you're, you know, when you're in a rush to cut the item, to cut the stamps from the sheets. So quite a high percentage of stamps are cut into. So it's important, you know. I think it's important. Maybe with plate 11, you know, one that's touched is okay, but all the other plates, you're looking for stamps with good margins where you can clearly see white all the way around the stamp. So that's the first volume, which covers plates 1 to 5. The second volume continues plate 5, match pairs, constant varieties, quartets, various states. This is very interesting, Lynn. This is plate 5, a horizontal pair lettered OAOB, matched with penny red, also plate 5, also lettered OAOB. Okay. That is really successful dating. We look at some plate 5, another matched septet, all lettered Delta Bravo, state 1, state 2, state 3, and state 4. It doesn't get much better than that. Nice strip of 3. You can see very thin check letters. If you see thin check letters, that is plate repair. It flags up plate repair, that does. Some plate 5s with the celebrated PB, superb re-entry. Plate 6 underwent plate repairs, so it's really interesting if you can match plate 6, state 1 and state 2, which we've got here. We've got a quartet, state 1, state 2. In fact, this lettering Papa Delta underwent 2 repairs. So you've got state 1, state 2, and state 3. Other matched pairs. Plate 7. I mentioned the O-floor. The O-floor is a diagnostic plating variety that you'll find on plate 7, 8, 9, and 10. Not on all impressions from all of those plates. And if it's a flaw that occurred on the roller when they were making these plates, and you can see that the O of 1 looks in its extreme state like a Q. We call it the O flaw. And if you've got a stamp with an O flaw, you know it has to be plate 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it narrows it down, and then you look at your trusted Nissen photographs, and it's plated. Plate 8, trio. These are nice. Multiples from penny reds from the black plates are not easy to find, particularly strips of 3 or greater. Oh, this is interesting. Right, okay, so we have plate 8, we've got 4 stamps lettered AH, all with a constant variety. State 1 in black, state 1 in red, state 2 in red, and then with a black Maltese cross, and then state 2 with a red Maltese cross. All reds, all the penny reds, should be cancelled with a black cross. Unfortunately, this has got a small fault, but it's got a cert from the BPA Association to state that it is genuine. This collector, yeah, I mean, anyone can buy stamps. Anyone can buy. Anyone can buy blacks and reds. That's easy. Anyone can spend a lot of money on this hobby, but to put together a collection that tells a story and is a study, that is something else. Okay, that takes a particular type of collector. You know, a collector who's prepared to buy his ness and is prepared to spend £54 on this essential book, which is the Stanley Gibbons Specialised Catalogue. You know, and a collector actually, who, when he's offered the right stamp, doesn't say, "Oh, what's your best price, mate?" He says, "Do I like that stamp? Does it work for me? Is it a nice stamp? Has it got any faults?" A collector that will use tweezers, a collector that will use his magnifying glass and look at the item and then say, "Yes, I want that stamp. Can I afford it? Yes, I can. I'll buy it." Plate 10. Plate 10's a rare plate. Quartet, plate 10, plate 10. Right, now we're moving on to plate 11. Plate 11 is the last plate which was used for the penny blacks, and impressions from plate 11 in black are rare. Common in red. So if you're looking to match plate 11, buy the penny black first and then match the penny red. Do not buy a penny red plate 11 and then try and find the penny black, because you have set yourself a lifetime task that you probably won't achieve. This collector, this collection, I think, has got 15 examples from the rare plate 11. We've got a copy lettered BJ, EJ, FJ, JF with a red Maltese cross. There are very, very few examples of penny black plate 11 with a red Maltese cross. We've got a pair lettered RF, RL, and BA. Now this is nice. This is this BA is cancelled with a. If you look at the cross, it's a very different style, say, to that Maltese cross there. That's because that's the distinctive Maltese cross of Plymouth, with thick inner lines and thick outer lines. And very few plate 11s are cancelled with the Plymouth Maltese cross. And the plate 11s keep coming. DD, IB, NE, IF. And then a really nice and incredibly rare used horizontal pair from plate 11, lettered QH, QI. That's probably the best single item in the collection. I don't have a pair in my own exhibit. My exhibit is not about penny black plates. It's about the lining. Yeah, it's more about the line engraved stamps. You know, the postal reform, the line engraved stamps, and the story from 1840 to 1880. 4 more plate 11s, KC, SK, LF, and MF. The quality on some of the plate 11s, as you'd expect, is going to be mixed. I mean, this one here is touched, so it's 675. This one here is very fine, so it's 2,250. You know, all of these stamps are priced according to condition. So that's the 2-volume collection. Marvellous. Absolutely marvellous.
So now you've showed us it.
Yep.
What are you going to do about marketing it?
Well, as you can see, it's all priced up. In fact, it's priced up in your fair hand, isn't it? And I'd like to thank Linda for neatly writing all of these labels. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have produced a superb brochure. This is our 175th list, and it's in a larger format than we normally have. It's full colour. It's 44 pages. It's free of charge. We'll send it to anyone, anywhere on the planet. And it offers the examples in the first volume, plates 1 to 5. The second brochure will be out towards Stampex. Stampex is the major international show in the UK. It's the great philatelic show in the UK. It's the best show in Europe, and this year it's held in October at the Business Design Centre. So we will be producing. It will be list 1, number 177, which will cover plates 5 to 11.
And you will be at Stampex.
Oh, we'll be at Stampex. Yes,
Yeah.
we're at Stampex on the upper level. Yeah, it's a great show. I'd recommend any collector who's interested in, well, Great Britain obviously, but if you know whatever you collect, come along to Stampex. You know, there'll be exhibits. There'll be, I think it's 60 to 70 dealers, auction houses. It's a great experience in a really attractive part of London. Yeah, so that's Stampex International. If you Google that, you'll find all the dates and everything about it.
Before we finish,
Okay.
can you tell me, how do you know the stamps are genuine?
Oh, Linda, that's an excellent question. I've been trading for 40 years. I've handled tens of thousands of penny blacks. You can tell by the impression. You can tell by the watermark. Remember the small crown watermark? That's there as a to counter fraud. But if we have a look at these items here. Six really nice looking penny black colours, except every one of the stamps is a reprint. I know. Every one is a reprint. The envelopes are original. Back stamps, everything. Charge 4. These date stamps are original, but all these stamps are fraudulent. So let's compare them. Let's compare them, because these would probably catch somebody out. Let's take this stamp out of here and compare it. Compare the colour. Okay, now in isolation, these look good, don't they?
But when you put it
But
next
when you
to
compare
that,
it to the original stamp, the colour, the impression, it's easy to spot, isn't it? Yeah. So it's experience. That's a very good question. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. You've
Okay.
been very thorough.
Thank you very much. Going back to this collection, we've produced the first list. Second list comes out in a couple of months' time. We'll be producing a smaller list in the meantime, and we look forward to hearing from any interested collectors. If you want to contact us, it's very, very easy. Our website is www.barrel.co.uk. You can email me, bill@barrel.co.uk, or you can give us a call. Linda will be very pleased to hear from you. And we hope you found the video interesting. And any queries, send me an email. And if you're coming to Stampex and you've got some penny blacks that you want plated, then bring them along, because I'll be very pleased to show you how to plate them. Thank you very much.